Sampson House was the residence of Adam Kuhn Sampson and was built in 1860. Born in 1828 near McKeesport, he came to Monongahela in 1853. He also built a one-story building next to his house for his Western Pennsylvania Insurance Company agency. A.C. Sampson built his insurance business up, and eventually it became one of the first banks. His People's Bank evolved over time to become the Monongahela City Trust Company. Sadly, he died prematurely in 1872, just when his new Lockhart addition to the town and the bank were getting started. The Sampsons were descendants of James Manown, who had inherited the DeVore's ferry rights. Sampson's wife Letitia was a Manown, and her mother Cassandra had been a DeVore. In the 1820s, Manown wanted to replace the ferry with a bridge, but to do that he needed to get Joseph Parkinson's ferry rights too. Parkinson owned the landing on this side of the river, behind where Sheets is today. Parkinson went bankrupt in 1826, and Manown bought his land and served him an eviction notice. So Sampson's ancestors, the Manowns and the DeVores, were not only early leaders in the town, but they have the distinction of having evicted the town founder. Around 1931, the Sampson House was remodeled by noted architect Frederick Scheibler of Pittsburgh. He did not like Victorian architecture and stripped away the things he didn't like. His remodel was published in West Penn Life, a magazine published by the West Penn Power Company that featured an article about Monongahela native W. W. Carson's plans to develop the building under the name Colonial Apartments, utilizing the liberal use of electric energy to create efficiency apartments. In 1885, Miss Mary Norman opened and conducted a kindergarten school in the A.C. Sampson office. Mary M. Lindsay Scott, wife of George T. Scott, had taught in public schools from 1861 to 1863. At the urging of several women in town, she was induced to open a select school for little ones, and in September of 1887 she began with 4 students. Gradually, the school took on the courses of an academic school. Quietly pursuing the course mapped out, its influence soon began to be felt. Mary Scott was the principal and owner of Monongahela Academy, incorporated in 1893 and familiarly known as Mrs. Scott's Academy. It operated for a time, as well as in other locations, in the little building attached to the Sampson House that was once separate from it. The academy was a private high school for people who could afford it, to get them ready for careers like teaching. Mrs. Scott was the mother of Miss Luella M. Scott. Miss Lulu, the academy's music teacher, was also the organist at the First Methodist Church. She was famously possessive of the organ donated by Andrew Carnegie in 1903. She was the church's organist for 45 years. Tragically, at age 86, she was struck and killed while crossing Main Street a short distance from her home.